Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Up and Down album review where we go through an album track by track and we give the good songs an up and the bad songs a down. Today we're going to be looking at the new MGK album titled Hotel Diablo. MGK is short for Machine Gun Kelly, aka the brave soul who dared to diss Eminem and promptly got murdered. But he's back now with a new album to follow up his 2017 EP called Binge, and there's rumors that this may be a response to Eminem's Kill Shot. There's rumors that it's not. We're gonna go through this album and we're gonna see which songs are good and which songs are bad here on Ups and Downs. So the album starts off with the song Sex Drive, and this song actively turned me off. It's getting it down. This is really just a nothing of a track. There's no verse, there's hardly a chorus. All it really is just a growling bass synth with some chords. If you're gonna make a song called Sex Drive, why not make it a song that's sexy or provocative or attractive or hot in some way? Hell, even making a song about your various sexual escapades and conquests for all I care. Just give me something that's better than this. This is not a good way to start off this album. The next song on this album is called El Diablo, one of the singles to this album. And this song is a banger and a half to getting it up. I mean, what can I say? This song just slaps. It slaps. It is a banger. The beat is really cool too. I like the flute going on in the background of the verses, and the horns come in to kind of give it a little bit of a payoff in the hook. There's not really much of a hook, but still, I really like this beat, and Machine Gun Kelly is no stranger to fast, hard-hitting flows, and he exhibits that very effectively on this song. It's a huge up. The next song is called Hollywood Whore, and I was on the fence with this song, mainly because it's one of those emo rap songs that tries to fuse rock music with hip-hop, and generally I'm not a fan of that type of music, but this song works for me on some levels that most songs like this don't, so I'm gonna give it an up as well. Usually I don't like the whole hip-hop grunge mashup, because usually on those types of songs the artist tries to sing rather than rap, but that's not the case here. Machine Gun Kelly still raps on this song, and it actually sounds really good. His flow is really on point over this nice rock-flavored hip-hop beat. And the beat itself really builds and has a nice payoff at the end, so this song, it's pretty good. It gets a thumbs up. That brings us to the song Glass House featuring Naomi Wild, a woman who I've never heard of, but this song is probably the best one on the album. It's getting an up as well. This song just has a lot of layers to it. It's very complex, it's very deep. He talks about how the deaths of some of his peers, including Nipsey Hussle, Mac Miller, Chester Bennington, and Lil Peep, have affected his mental state, how he feels alone, how he feels more vulnerable than ever, hence the term Glass House. And this song just really works. I really feel for Machine Gun Kelly on this record. I really feel his pain on this, and I think that was the intent. So this is a great song. It's very well written. It's a great job all around. Burning Memories featuring Lil Skies, and honestly, I was on the fence with this song as well. But overall, I'm gonna give it an up. I'm not a huge fan of Lil Skies' verse on this song, but I think Machine Gun Kelly once again does his thing. He talks about his family situation, growing up, how his mother left him, and how he had to put it in charitable terms, a touchy relationship with his father. This is just a really good song. We're off to a very strong start. That's 4 in a row here, right out the gate. That does bring us to the first of 2 interlude tracks. This one's called A Message from the Count. This is just a vocal sketch, and there's 2 of these on this album, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give them both downs because they both suck. Especially this one. I mean, this is just Machine Gun Kelly talking into the mic in a really bad Dracula impression, talking about how he wants to. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. It's just so cringy. And then at the end of this vocal sketch, he just goes, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna put that in. It's not really funny. So you're acknowledging that the vocal sketch that you just delivered isn't funny, but you're still gonna make us listen to the unfunny sketch that you yourself acknowledge isn't funny. Why would you do that to us? The next song, though, is Floor 13, and this is a song that everybody's talking about because it may or may not be a response to Eminem's Kill Shot. I don't know anything about that. I mean, it sounds like it could be, I don't really know, but this song's still pretty good. I'm gonna give it up. It's not reinventing the wheel or anything on this track, but his flow's still good. The beat slaps too, and honestly, I could give this song a thumbs up. It's fine. The next song, called Roulette, is another up, and it's just, I mean, this song is probably the best banger on this whole album. It's got some really good lyric writing on here, some nice punchlines, and the beat again goes hard as fuck. Good song. It's a very good song. Death in My Pocket is next, and this is another slow song, slow deep cut about MGK's depression and stuff, but again, I think this is a well-delivered song. I'm gonna give it an up. This actually has a featured vocalist, a female vocalist on here. It's not credited here on the track list that I have listed here. I'm gonna look her up real quick. This actually doesn't have a... So yeah, no feature credit on this one, but there's definitely a female vocalist working the hook on this song. Machine Gun Kelly goes back into his I'm depressed, here's why thing, and it's fine. It's okay. Candy featuring Trippie Redd is next, and honestly, I gotta give this song a down. This is just the one song that I feel is kind of superfluous, probably could have been left on the cutting room floor. It's got a nice hook, a nice vocal melody, but overall, I don't really think he's saying anything that he hasn't already said on this project, and I'm not the biggest fan of Trippie Redd either. Waste Love is next, featuring Madison Love, and honestly, this is another song that I could take or leave. I'm gonna give it a down as well. Not because it's a bad song either. I mean, the lyrics are pretty good, and Machine Gun Kelly does a good performance on this one as well. But again, I feel like I've heard it before. It just feels like the stuff he's talking about on this song, he's talked about on earlier cuts on this record. Just feels a little redundant for me. But it's still a good song. It's not bad. 536-666-6. Featuring Femme is the penultimate track on this record, and this is also a down. This is probably my least favorite track on the album. The chorus is uninspired and doesn't feel like he put a lot of effort into it. It's 536-666-666. I don't know. It's very plain sounding. Machine Gun Kelly doesn't give a very good performance on here. His flows are pretty rudimentary, and his lyrics don't exactly stand out on this song either. And I don't know who this Femme guy is, but he definitely did not impress me either on this track. Although it's not really his fault that Machine Gun Kelly and his producers did all they could to drown him out in the mix. But yeah, this is the one misfire on the album for me. The other songs on this album that I gave downs to because not because I thought they were bad songs, but because I didn't think they were the best songs on this record. This song, I think, is the one, honest to God, weak link on this track list. And this album limps to a conclusion here with the song I Think I'm Okay, featuring Youngblood and Travis Barker, and I can't really tell which is which on this song. And this song would be a good song if it were closing out a Green Day record, or any other, like, alternative punk album that I was listening to, but it's not. We're closing out a Machine Gun Kelly album. We're closing out a hip-hop album. We're closing out a trap album. And that is why this song is getting it down. Now, like I've established previously, I'm not a fan of the whole rock meets hip-hop mix match that a lot of artists are trying to do. The two songs that were on the Lil Nas X EP that did that, I gave downs to. And there was even a song like that on this earlier on this album that I gave an up to, but the difference between this song and that song is that that song did a good job actually incorporating the rock elements while still keeping the necessary elements of hip-hop to actually justify it being a hip-hop song. This song's just a full-blown rock, grunge, alternative punk, whatever you want to call it, song, right down to the features, who do a better job of selling this as a punk song than Machine Gun Kelly does. It's just a weird song and a very weird way to close out this album. And that was Hotel Diablo, and honestly, I was very impressed by this record. I didn't have very high expectations coming into this record, especially since the last project I listened to by MGK was Binge, which I was not a fan of. But I thought this song was pretty good. I mean, it ran out of steam a little bit towards the end, but the first 4, 5, or 6 tracks on this album are fantastic in my opinion. The songs that slap, the songs that are meant to be bangers, are absolutely bangers. And the slow, deep cuts on this album, I think, really hit home and really do their job effectively. But overall, yeah, this is a very solid project for MGK, and I would like to see him follow this up and keep going in this direction. But that's all I have to say about this record. If you would enjoy this album more than I did or less than I did, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. How would you score this album, ups and downs wise? Feel free to comment that down in the comment section below. I could definitely recommend this album for sure. It's good. It's a solid project. And if you have an album that you would like to hear me review next, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And as always, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Have a blessed week, and we will see you in the next video. Still working on that outro.